Hey guys, I'm back with another video. So today, instead of a vlog, because I wasn't really doing anything interesting today, quite a lot of people have actually asked me to do the pregnancy tag. I don't really know if I'd call it a pregnancy tag because I'm not very far gone. So I'm going to call it more of like a pregnancy Q&A, I guess. I'm not sure. Don't even know if it makes much difference, if I'm honest. But I have a set of questions here that loads of people have been asking me, and I'm going to go through and answer them all for you as best as possible. So for people that didn't know, just before I get into the video, I am 18. I am 19 in October the 5th, so I'll be 19, hoping baby doesn't come that early. I'll be 19 just a couple of weeks before baby is here in Lisbon. My full name is Chloe Faye Taylor. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is about me. I'm not that interesting. But yeah, let's just get into the video. First question is, how many months are you? So I am 12 weeks and 6 days pregnant now, which means I am just over 3 months pregnant. Did you know you were pregnant before you officially found out? This is actually quite like a little bit of a tricky one, because I had a feeling I was. My period was basically like 49 days late. So it was kind of obvious that, you know, I probably am. I had been eating the same things, doing normal exercise that I normally had. Hadn't really changed my, or anything really. Like, there was no massive part of stress in my life that had just come up. So there was no other reason for my period really being late. So I had a feeling that I could be. But when I took the test, like, I was quite, I don't know what the word is. There's a word I'm trying to think of. In denial, that's it. I was in denial. I was like, there is no way this is going to come up positive. Like, no way. Then obviously it did. So, half and half. I kind of thought I was, and I kind of thought I wasn't. But soon after I found out, I did start getting really, really bad morning sickness. So it was kind of obvious that I was at that point. But I will do a full video on how I found out I was pregnant and of both of mine and Ted's family's reactions. I'll probably do that in a couple of weeks, but that is a video that I want to film. What were your parents' reaction? So as I just said, I am going to do a video on this, but so I don't live with my mum. I actually live with my grandparents. My door just opened itself. I'd say my granddad didn't really say much, but he's really supportive of it. But he didn't really say much when I told them. Neither did my gran. She just said, long as you're happy. Because I told my grandparents and my mum over text. My mum, on the other hand, wasn't happy at all. She doesn't really talk about it much now. It's just kind of a thing that she knows is going on, and that's that. We don't, nothing else is spoken about really. But yeah, and when I film the video of how they reacted, I will get into Ted's parents then. As far as my dad goes, I haven't told him because I don't see him. So yeah, he doesn't know. Where are you living right now? I am living in my grandparents' house still, but I am currently in the process of finding a place and moving out. It just proves quite difficult. A lot of landlords and housing estate agents and stuff like that don't actually accept DSS, which is housing benefit. And obviously I'm not in full-time work. Has your relationship with your partner changed? Yes. Not because he's not happy or he hasn't, like, doesn't want this or anything like that. Purely because my hormones are up the wall at the moment. I've only just got into my second trimester, so I can be a brat to him sometimes, basically. So it puts quite a lot of strain on us. And obviously we're trying to move out, and money at the moment as well. It's obviously quite a big thing. So yeah, I'd say things have definitely changed between us. Nothing drastic, just like we bicker more now. But I don't think it will last long. Once we've got like housing and stuff like that sorted, I think we'll be alright. Was it planned, and do you want more? I don't like using the word accident. I just don't. I think it comes with a lot of negative traits almost. So I don't like using it. Basically, I had been to the doctors, and because my pill, I was fine on it for like quite a while actually, but then it started really not agreeing with me. So I spoke to some people about it, like different people got different opinions, fresh opinions obviously, and basically decided that I didn't want to be on it anymore. I spoke to Ted about it, and he said, well, if that's what you feel like doing, it's messing with your emotions and your hormones that much, then we'll stop. And I obviously brought up what happens if I get pregnant, and he had said, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But whatever happens, I'm fine with it. So, half and half, I'd say. A mix of both. Do you want more? Not straight away, but in the future, yeah. I would eventually like 3 or 4. That's always been something I've wanted of mine. Something I've wanted of mine? That's always just been something I've wanted. Ted doesn't like the sound of 4. He says I'll stop at 3, but I think I'll be able to win him over at some point. Is it weird to not get your period? This is a really funny question actually, because I've spoken, like, a lot of my friends have got kids, and they don't think it's weird. I think it is so odd. So I'm the type of person that when I got my period, I was really excited. I know it sounds so weird, but I was really like, oh my god, because it was just me and my mum growing up. So living with just my mum, when I got my period, I was like, oh my god, I'm like mum now, because I got mine quite young. So when I got it, I was like, oh my god, like I'm a grown up, I'm a woman, I'm growing up, blah blah blah. Really excited to get it before any of my friends did, and all of that. So when it came around to being on contraceptive pills and stuff like that, I never wanted to be on the pill that stopped my periods, because I found it so weird. I didn't feel like a woman when I didn't get my periods, and I'm not saying you're not if you don't, or if you do decide to go on that contraception, because everybody's different. But for me, like, I didn't feel like a woman anymore. I didn't feel right. It just felt really weird not getting it every month. It was sort of a comfort thing for me, I guess. So now that I don't get them every month, when I've been getting them every single month since I was God knows how old, I find myself sometimes when I go like to the toilet being like, oh, and feeling like there's no blood, but obviously I won't come on my period, or like discharge will come out and I'll think I'm coming on my period, and then I'll be like, wait, I don't get it. So to me, yeah, it's actually a really weird feeling. I'm sure I'll get used to it like further on, but yeah, that's one of the things I actually do find really weird. Do you talk to the baby? Yes, I do. Quite a lot actually, since I found out. I always touch it and talk to it at night, and I find myself just talking out loud a lot as well. So I'll be like making breakfast or dinner, or waiting for Ted to get home, I'll be like, or waiting for Ted to get home, and I'll be talking to the baby. And so if he's like, Daddy's gonna be home soon, or oh, what should we get for breakfast today? Should we have this? Should we have that? So yeah, I actually do. And my midwife actually told me that it's really important, and it shows a good bond from the start. So yeah, I do that a lot, but the nice thing is it's not forced. I just do it without even realising, which I'm sure a lot of other people do as well. Are you scared about labour? No, not at all. I know it's not going to be like the nicest thing in the world. Obviously it will be because I'm birthing my child, which I'm actually really excited for, and it's a new experience, but obviously I know it's not going to be absolutely pain free. I think one of the reasons I'm not really worried or scared about labour at all really is because going into pregnancy, it's just one of the things you have to do. You either have to have a booked cesarean, like C-section, which for anyone that doesn't know is where they basically cut the baby out of you, or you have to go natural, whether that's with epidural, with painkillers, with anything like gas and air, or you just do it naturally completely. It's still something you've got to go through. Like at some point the baby will get to a stage where it needs to come out and you're gonna have to be the one to do it, which is just what everybody knows going into pregnancy. So for me, it was never really something that I was scared of. It was just a given. So no, I am not scared or worried about labour. Do you know the gender and what would you like to have? No, we do not know the gender yet because I am only nearly 13 weeks at the end of this week. So we find out between 16 and 20 weeks. So we've got a little bit longer to go yet, but it is soon and I am really excited to know. I don't really have a preference as to what I'd like first. I'm not really bothered. But I do have a feeling that I know which gender my baby is. But I'm not going to tell you guys yet because I'm going to have a gender reveal and I'm going to put my prediction down before I have my gender reveal. So you will find out then. But yeah, I do have a feeling I know what it is. Just a gut feeling, you're in tune with your body, you just a feeling that you think you know, and I do. But yeah, I'm going to keep it a secret. Do you think it's weird that something is growing inside of you? That's a weird question. I don't know. I don't really think of it as being weird. I don't know. No, I don't think I do. Never really thought about something growing inside of me as being weird before. I think before I ever got pregnant, I thought it was weird. Well, not weird, but like, wow, that's a strange concept type of thing. It's strange that our bodies can do that. But since I'm pregnant, like, I don't feel strange or uncomfortable or anything like that. It's just, it feels natural and it's actually a really amazing experience. So, no. Have you got names picked out? Yes, we do. We have girls' names and boys' names picked out that we really like, but we're not 100% sure yet. So that's going to be another one you're going to have to wait for. But I think when it's nearer to the time of the baby arriving, I will do a name reveal. So yeah, he'll be with you in the delivery room. So obviously Ted will be in there. You can only have 2 people. So Ted will be in there because he's the dad. And then depending on what my mum decides, it will either be my mum in the room with me or my best friend Georgina. So Ted and one of those 2. Will you film your birth? Yes, I would like to film my labour, even if I don't post a lot of it on YouTube, which I don't know if I will or not. I think I'll post some of it, but maybe not all of it. I still want it for me and Ted and other people for memories and looking back. And I feel like when I'm in labour, it's all going to go so quickly that I'm not going to be able to remember it completely. So I'd really like it to look back on. Will you breastfeed? I would really like to. I would like to breastfeed solidly for the first couple of weeks to a month and then do a mix of breastfeeding and bottle feeding. But I think if breastfeeding does work for you and the baby latches properly and everything just slots into place with it and you can push and work at it, that it's a really important thing to help with bonding and help with growth and stuff like that. So I do think it's a really important thing to be able to do, and I would really like to do it. Like, my gran breastfed my mum breastfed me, so I'd like to breastfeed my kid, definitely. Have you got any nursery ideas? Yes, I've got a couple of nursery ideas in my head. I kind of want it generic for a girl or a boy until they start getting older. So I quite like, they have these little crown type things that you put on the wall that go above cribs. I like the whole white and brown sort of theme, and I don't know yet whether I want white and brown or like a light grey and cream sort of theme. Not sure yet. But I do know that after the first couple of months I am going to start putting baby in their own room. So yeah, we're going to have the full thing: cot, wardrobe, changing table, play area bit. So yeah, that'll be really, really good. And that's all I've really thought about for cots. Cots for nurseries, because obviously I haven't thought a lot about it yet. Because it's still quite a long way away. But yeah. Are you having a baby shower? Yes, I'm having a baby shower. It is being planned for me, as well as a gender reveal, which will obviously be later in my pregnancy. But yes, I'm having a gender reveal and a baby shower, and I'm hopefully, my hair is turning into a mess. I am hopefully going to film them both, which will be good, so you will see that when that happens. And last but not least, have you picked out your godmothers yet? So as far as godparents go, me and Ted have decided that he will pick either 1 or 2 goddads, like godfathers, and I'll pick 1 or 2 godmothers. So currently, as it stands now, I have 1 godmother that I know I'll be having 100%, well, as long as she says yes, 100% will be asking to be my child's godmother. I'm godmother. Godmother number 2, I'm not 100% certain on yet. I'm still thinking, but I'm going to ask either just the one of them or both of them, depending on what I decide, when I know the baby's gender. So I've got a couple of months to sort of think through it and mull it over in my head a little bit, but I will film me. I've got a little like idea in my head on how I'm going to ask them to be the baby's godmothers, so I'm going to film it, so you will see me asking them and pin it up. But yes, my baby will have 1 godmother, if not 2. So yeah, that comes to the end of the questions. I really, really hope you enjoyed it. As I said, I'm thinking of doing a how I found out I was pregnant and how like our parents found out we were pregnant. I'll probably do it with Ted. And I want to do a boyfriend tag and how he feels about the pregnancy. So yeah, other than that, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!